Hey, welcome back, IB International Economics students, to this video lecture. So in this video lecture, we're going to be going over the terms of trade. And the terms of trade includes and concerns the relationship between the exports of a country and the imports of a country. So, and the terms of trade in this video, I'm going to use the acronym TOT. Now, TOT could either increase, in the case we will call that an appreciation, or it could decrease. In that case, what we call it is a depreciation. Now, an appreciation is not necessarily good for the economy, and a depreciation is not necessarily bad for a given economy. So, now that we have that in mind, let's get into some definitions. So, what is the definition of a TOT? So, terms of trade measures how many imports a country can buy for a unit of export. In other words, how many units of exports occurs with each additional unit of import. So we have a index in the bottom right here, with 4 years, and then let's use some calculations to calculate each of the TOT terms of trade indexes for each of the year. So we have our export prices right here, the index of export prices for each respective year. We also have our index of import prices for each of the respective years. So for the formula to calculate the terms of trade, in order to measure how many additional units of exports occurs with each additional unit of import, we use this index formula. We use the index of export prices divided by the index of import prices multiplied by 100. So right here we could clearly see the calculations. Year one, we have 102 units of export prices. We have 98 units of import prices. We divide them by each other, multiplied by 100, and we get this 104. Now, what does 104 mean? That is a favorable term of trade. Now, why is that? That is because for each additional unit of exports, for each additional units of imports, 1.04 units of exports occurs. Okay, so there is greater export than there is quantity of imports. And once again, we go down to year 2, to year 3, to year 4, and we could calculate the same using the index of export prices for the given year divided by the index of import prices of the given year. Okay, now that we have these terms of trade quantities, listed out, let's put it on the graph like this. This is a web diagram. So year 1, we have 004. Year 2, we have 104. Year 2, we have 94. Year 3, we have 93. Year 4, we have 102. So from year 1 to year 2, the TOT value decreases. That's what we call a deterioration. From year 2 to year 3, we also have a decrease in our terms of trade, however small it may be. So that's also a deterioration. However, from Y3 to Y4, we have a drastic improvement. Now, it's important to take note that the deteriorations and improvements do not actually mean that it is bad for the economy or it is good for the economy. So in this video, we have gone over how to calculate the TOT, how to calculate the terms of trade, as well as how to evaluate whether it is a deterioration or improvement, as well as going over some definitions. In our next video, we're going to be doing evaluations of the terms of trade, going over the impacts of improvements and deteriorations, as well as the causes for changes in the terms of trade. So I hope to see you guys in that video. Goodbye.